Well, George Munsey, he gets things underway with a boundary. He might have been struggling for runs at times, but Makerin bowls short first up, pulled hard, and that's another boundary for George Munsey. If you're going to bowl short ball, pulled hard. That is a tremendous stroke, and Charlie Thayer has his first 6 of the day. The sound is made off the bat. You heard it echo across the ground. That is so well played by Charlie Thayer. This has been a real... Oh, inside edge. He's going to be lucky. He's had a few of those, Charlie Thayer, throughout this week. And there's another one that misses the stumps. That is a lovely shot from George Munsey. Goes for the sweep. Is it just too short? Do you think he might have got his hands under that? It was a tough in the deep.
I don't think he quite picked it up. He seemed to go backwards before coming forwards to the ball.
This time he gets it through, though, and that's going to be 4 runs. George Munsey can only be contained for so long. Oh, and he has got the edge, and it's a brilliant take. What a catch that was, and it is that man, Crows. The keeper standing in the slips. It took a terrific bit of athleticism to complete it. Another promising start. But what a catch.
Yeah, that's some grab from Noah Crows.
That is a nice use of the wrists from McMullen. And he's off the mark with a boundary. The big guns are firing today. Are going the other way.
Shot.
That is a great shot. Down the ground. Well, George Munsey is starting to open up. There is the sweep, and that fielder, does he come into play? He does, and it's got past him. It's Teja Nidamanuru. Did drop a catch earlier. That one might have been tricky with the bounce.
Munsey goes again. He's got all of that. That's 6 to Scotland's opener. No top edge about that one. Straight out the middle of the bat. And that goes all.
He's just become the highest run scorer in the ICC Cricket World Cup League 2. Takes over from Monank Patel from the USA. And he goes again, the same area. This time, Nidamanuru, little fumble, but manages to stop it. And all of a sudden, George Munsey was stuck for a while, but he gets his 50. Half century, very welcome. He hasn't been in the runs here in Fort Hill, but he's changed that today. It's been an important innings. Well, he gets underneath that one, and that one has gone all the way. It's the longest part of the ground down there.
Yeah, I was just going to say about how the introduction of spin.
They are in a good position. And that one's gone as well. George Munsey is...
Across his stumps. Thank you very much. We spoke quite a bit about how he was keeping his sweep in the locker. It's come out to great...
Well, Munsey goes for another big one. That is the very longest part of the ground.
The tyres we race are the tyres you buy. MRF.
Doesn't matter when he's in this form and when he's being given the balls to hit. And now he really is motoring. It was more than a gift. It was, here you go. Bow on top, wrapped up. Gift. And there's a slog sweep again. That's gone too. My word.
Uses his crease again, steps across his stumps, and that is absolutely massive. Out the ground, 6 more.
This time he connects. And that's 4. What a glorious stroke from Brandon McMullen. The big guns, they're back in town today. Oh, flicked into the outfield and taken. There is a breakthrough. It's McMullen. He took on the fielder in the deep. It's Wesley Baracey, I think, out there. And that's the breakthrough they desperately wanted.
McMullen will be absolutely furious with himself. It's a leg stump half volley. There's one fielder out there.
I'm a strike bowler. But for Liam Naylor, what a way to get off the mark back in the Scotland side. That is spent straight down to the fielder. Not taken. That is another drop, and it's a big one. It's George Munsey.
Here. This one, George Munsey doesn't quite time it. Oh, and it's not a complete dolly, but I think he'll be absolutely gutted.
He reaches for that one. This should be out. It is out. And they do have their wicket, and Van der Merwe dismisses Liam Naylor for his short while out there, but he was just reaching for that one.
I wonder if he was just trying to go a bit squarer, more to that cow corner mid-wicket.
He whips his hands through this one, and that is really well played by McCreath. That'll settle the nerves a little bit. The accelerator. Oh, this time though, he's got him, has he? Yes, he has. Oh, Levitt. He makes the breakthrough again. Now has 2, could have had 3, and Finlay McCreath departs. And Michael Levitt, well, he's been a revelation. That one coming straight on. We were talking about the little nibbling movement he's been able to get, and that looked absolutely plumb. Swings hard through that one, and that one is gone. So, well, that one's gone in the air and over the rope after a couple of bounces. Munsey, this time goes straight, beats the fielder. It's back-to-back boundaries for Munsey. He doesn't want to hang around in the 90s for long. He moves to 98. A little push down to long off, and you can hear the cheers already from the Scotland camp because George Munsey has century number 3 in ODIs. He's been out of runs recently, but he's roared back in style. We call him the big gun, and he has blazed away today in an important innings for Scotland. Short ball pulled for, was there to be hit. Matt Cross hits it.
Yeah, it's a rare bad ball from Michael Levitt.
Goes down the ground. That's a lovely shot. That's going to be 4 runs for Matt Cross. You want Michael Lease to come out and bat. Oh, that's in the air, but it's going to be 4 runs.
The tyres we race are the tyres you buy. MRF.
Just helped around the corner. Arian Dutt was chasing. There was no way he was going to get there. Oh, that's pulled firmly. Lovely shot. Got the gap. No one stopping that. Well, that's called a no ball. So Van Meekeren cannot believe it. Well, no matter what it was for, George Munsey takes.
As Matt Cross picks out the man in the deep and is put down. Oh, and I think he thought he was gone there, Matt Cross. He forgot to run for a second.
And that is another chance, a 3rd drop in this innings. Matt Cross gets a life. He'd given up on that one, thought he was gone. Oh, that's a lovely shot. My goodness. He does look good today, Munsey. There goes the pull shot again, and he's timed that beautifully. It's almost ended up in our commentary tent, and it's in the media. Now he pulls out the reverse, and it's a top edge. It's going to fall safely, though. And, oh dear. Well, that pretty much sums up the kind of day it's been for the Netherlands. It's clipped safely. And you know what? Clipped for 4. Matt Cross just picking his spot. Seen here. Gets down for the slog sweep. And that is another boundary, and it brings up the 100-run partnership for George Munsey and Matt Cross.
And he goes again. That's absolutely massive from George Munsey, hitting against the breeze.
And again, oh my goodness, this is the biggest of the lot that has gone miles into the air, outside the ground. George Munsey on an absolute tear here today at Fort Hill. Oh, that's just a little deft touch from Matt Cross. And you can hear the applause ringing around because that has brought up his half century. I'll just get this single R in done. Head off to get